video I did, if you did not see it. Grandma Katie Crafting in Small Spaces. I layered this quilt that I am about ready to actually get quilt on my domestic sewing machine. I layered it on my bed in my bedroom, because when you're crafting in small spaces, again, sorry about the jiggling around there. I live in a 900 square foot apartment, so don't have a lot of room. I can't get on the floor to layer my quilt, so I used my bed. So now I'm using my dining room table to do the quilting with my sewing machine. And the back of the quilt is this beautiful blue, it's almost a tie-dye, which I really love. It's like a dark blue and kind of a teal. Anyway, it's two different color blues, and I absolutely adore the colors. And then the front are these multiple colors of oranges, blues, golds, pinks, and all types of different patterns and things that you can imagine that are just really pretty. So, and this is the color thread that I'm going to use, top and bottom, to go on the quilt. And to quilt it, instead of just doing a straight stitch in the ditch, I like to do decorative stitches on my quilts. So with this one, I'm going to do a zigzag stitch. So here we go, and I'm gonna play a little bit of music as we go. I hope you don't mind. So let's get busy and get this quilt done. And okay, and so remember what I said the last time. When you do a quilt, generally you start from the middle and work your way toward the outside. So what I'm doing is I'm starting them on the middle seam, and I'm going to work my way toward the top. When I'm done with that, I will turn it around and work my way toward the other end. When I'm finished with that, I will do both of the long sides, and that will be done. I will then cut my binding and put that on. We will do that in another video. All right, so let's get started. And here we go. All right, just one moment. Let's get this. Okay, so I don't have a lot of room. I have a very small throat on my sewing machine. So, and this is not a huge quilt. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just go ahead and roll up the end toward the middle. And remember, this is layered with spray base. I spray basted this. So it is all together. You don't see any pins or clips or anything else in this. Okay, so let's do this. I'm stopping the seam right there where the border is. I don't want to go further than the border, so I'm going to do 2 stitches as a backup, and that is done. Now, I don't have to quilt each and every seam. So I'm only going to go every other seam, and that's when I do a jelly roll, that's generally how I do this. Okay, so then I just pull this back and roll this a little bit, go to the next seam and start over. As you can see, it's not a very large quilt, so I don't have to go very far, which is nice. Start to drag. The thing about matching your thread sometimes is it's very difficult to see that thread when it matches the fabric. And I guess I should be getting this camera on the quilt instead of on me. I don't want to see my backside. I want to see the quilt. Chicken with my bobbin thread right now. So I'm going to be watching that bobbin thread. I knew I was going to lose it. I just wasn't sure where. Okay. Time to change that bobbin. All right. This way. Bobbin changed out. Sometimes it does want to get stuck on a seam, so I do have to help it just a tinge, but it's not horrible. And I'm still not forcing anything. You can do it. There you go. Good job. Yes, I talked to my sewing machine. Tell her what a good job she's doing. I have had this sewing machine for 12 and a half years now. It is a Brother Pace Setter PS 3700. It was the last of its kind when I purchased it, or my husband allowed me to purchase it. It was a regular $1,400 machine. I was able to purchase it from a sewing and vacuuming Sew-Vac store for $400. Really good bargain on this thing. It has been an absolute workhorse. I get it serviced once a year, and oh my goodness, I just cannot say enough about this sewing machine. Yes, it's an older model, but oh my goodness, I would not trade it for the world. And then my son, probably about 3 years ago, bought me a newer Brother sewing machine, and it is actually a digital model, and oh my goodness, it's every bit as good as this one. I love it just as much. It is an absolute workhorse, just like this one is. I love my Brother sewing machines. They are the best. I love them. I know some people have their Jukies and Genomes and whatever other sewing machines. Mine happen to be Brothers. So let's yeah, I like my Brother sewing machines. They have done very, very well for me. Okay, now that I've got that settled. Okay, there you go, good job. 3 more seams and this half will be done. Then we will turn it around and do the other half. And as I said, this didn't take very long. More selvage threads. Wow, they just came from everywhere. Oh goodness. I don't believe I have ever had fabric do this to me before. And I believe these were jelly rolls I bought several years ago. I purchased these jelly rolls from Tuesday Morning when Tuesday Morning was going out of business. So, and I have not been able to replicate these. I have tried to find jelly rolls to match, and I've sort of come close, but not really. It's been very, very difficult to find the colors and patterns to even come close to these. So I thought I would just go ahead and do a couple of jelly roll quilts and get this fabric used. Oh my. Okay. We have a problem. Now sometimes, I'm not sure why. What is going on there? I promise I cleaned out the under the presser, under the plate before I started, because usually when my bobbin does this, it means that there's a lot of lint and stuff going on under there. But this time that's not the case. Because like I said, I cleaned it out before I started. So I'm not sure why that happened. Alright. Okay, that was a quick and easy fix. Let's get back to it. I started from the middle here. Whoops. I started from the middle. Where is it? There it is. There it is, right there. There it is. Now I'm going to go this way. Okay, now for the other half. And remember, I'm only doing every other seam. So this is going fairly quickly, which is what I like. Like a quick project so I can get this done. Get these whips out of the way so I can get on to other projects that need to be done. I have people and projects waiting. Customers waiting for orders. That's salvage. My goodness gracious. Something you have to know, folks. It is Texas. It's 100 degrees outside. And even though I've got my air conditioner set to 75 degrees in here and the cool air has been blowing, it is hot under this quilt. You just have to know that. I'm sitting here sweating under this quilt. You probably didn't want to know that, but that's how it is. That's the reason I don't generally quilt in the summertime. Save your quilting for the cooler temps, folks. That's just the way it is. Wow, I won at the chicken. I ran out at the end of that last seat. Love it when that happens. Wow. That's funny. And for anybody who sews and quilts, you know what I'm talking about. I won that one. Woohoo! Okay, back to business. Let's finish this quilting. All right, we just have a few more seams and then we will be all done. is it. The quilting part is finished. And I realized I do not have to go shopping in my stash because I already have fabric to do the binding. It is a really cute, it's very difficult to see, but I got this remnant at Joann's. I love getting their remnants. It's a white dotted Swiss. I don't know if you can see the dotted Swiss part, the little dots, but they are there. And so I am going to cut this into 2.5-inch strips and use this for the binding. It is, how much was there on this? Let me see. 0.945 yards. So it was almost 1 full yard. So I will have more than enough to get my 2.5-inch strips and do the binding. So I'm going to cut those into 2.5-inch strips, and on my next video I will show you how I put my binding on. Okay? Thank you for watching. Please remember to hit the like and subscribe, and I will see you next time when we do our binding. Thank you. Have a good day.